Okay, if you want someone to hear half diminished, okay, and you got this going, and you change it to this, alright, it's going to sound a half diminished. You're going to get a good half diminished sound. Because you're not getting the seventh of the seventh, which is that. So that's okay. So usually adding the seventh, you're going to overwrite the sixth because it'll be above it. Has to be in the cage to be a comfortable chord. So once again, there we have it. The Dorian of the G shape. Here's the G shape. And then, but add that seventh. So that is our little chord there, if you could get it. Just the top four there. So that kind of substitution is what is how to make the and you got it in all caged, in all five. So like in C, okay, you got your C, you do the D minor, but if you add the seventh there, where are we going to add the seventh? Well, we'll have to drop the second to the seventh. Alright, and I didn't show that, but here, down here you can see it. The second gets dropped to the seventh, and you've got, as opposed to, it's within the scale. It's within this scale. Okay? So you kind of got most of it there. So you're heading in the right direction. You know, if you're starting to just plain out add, simply add the seventh to the second minor to get the 7 half diminished chord. And I have a better substitution. Then I thought about, well, what about the fifth? Now I gotta consider using the fifth too. So that I've done. Not this. This is just a little explanation of what we just did. Again, let's try it in another shape. Let's try it in the D shape one more time. So in the D shape, you can do it by chart. Here's your D shape. No one would argue. That is a D shape. Because if you play that shape of a G, like that, like guitarists will tell you, that is a G. Don't tell me it's a D-shaped G. You know, I mean, it strictly is. But they'll call it a G. Some of them don't care where it's played. So from the D-shaped box, okay, let's see. I can do it from my guitar up here in C, because my D-shaped C would be way up here. That's too high. So from here, you can't do this at home unless you're down tuned. The D-shaped C box here starts here with that split S2L. See, it's not split there because it hasn't hit the warp yet. This D box here, we're going to we want to go up the major scales and all that. Up the modal scales in that D shape. So D would be the first one. All right, the second one would be what? It would be an E minor shape. But we have to make sure we're hitting E minor now. Okay, so I mean D. It would be an E minor shaped D minor. Have to make sure we're hitting D minor now. All right. Then from E we go to a G minor shaped E minor. Now we have to make sure we're hitting E minor. Yes, that's in the extended D cage, because with D we go, the fourth of the D shape is what? Is the G shape. All right, so that's, and then we go to the A shape, so the D. All right, then the G shape would have to go to on down there, right? Okay, no, it goes up. It starts on the same note. Starts on the second, because the second is the sixth there. All right. The G shape is the fourth, so the second is the sixth of the fourth. I didn't even verify that. All right. So what we've got here is we're in the D mode, and the second of that is an E minor shaped. And all I wanted to, the point I wanted to make is that we want to make sure that we're playing the right modal, chord, or scale within that extended cage. That's what I was trying to show you, the extended cage. And I don't have the particular chart that would have made it a little easier for me to do that. So the second minor, we're going to just add a seventh to that, right? So it's going to be like that. And looking down here, you can see that, again, we're looking for, in that second minor, we're looking for a 2, a 4, and a 6. So here we got it. In this E minor shape, 6, a 2, and a 4 right there. That's a second inversion E minor, and we just want to add a seventh to that. All right, without hitting the fifth or the third, we just want to go 2, 6, 4, 7. Okay, and that is that 2, 6, 4, 7. You know, that's that half diminished. All right, so I'm playing along in this D shape C, and I go to this E minor shape D minor, and then say I want to go to that diminished. I can just like that. Now I lifted my finger off of the 2. Where did that land? Well, that landed on the root, okay, which is okay. If you're substituting for a fifth, that's going to be a suspended fifth. But if you resolve it, you know, then you can go back up here. So it goes. Alright, and it starts, hey, that's starting to sound like music. That was just adding the sevenths, but we can do better than that, because the next chart I actually fully got into it with adding also the G, making 2 adjustments where we actually are going to substitute. We're going to like cognizantly change a note. Okay, and I'm glad we're moving along here, because yesterday I missed my meeting because we went into overtime. So this is today's new chart. Chart 65, Mixolydian and Dorian substitution for the Locrian half diminished. And we'll be covering that. today.